Sure you don't want me to do the intro?
Here we go.
I've got it ready.
Too late, unfortunately. You can if you want to. I just don't have a way to do it. Can I zoom in on you? I wonder if I can zoom in on you. No.
Do an intro now.
Hello.
It's fine.
Stage is yours.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good evening. One
Made
and
it.
all. And one.
Back
That's
again.
what people want from the start of their YouTube content. When we dropped into the middle of a conversation, that's what we want.
Yeah.
It makes it seem more natural, though, doesn't it?
It does, absolutely does.
It's like fly on the
Just
wall.
joining
sort
us
of
on a normal night.
It makes it seem like we actually like each other. It's great.
Yeah, as soon as the stream finishes, we're like, you just
look at me.
immediately close it.
Words sometimes hurt, you know.
Like the Beatles at this point.
You just don't talk until we're live. See you in 3 weeks, yeah?
Yeah.
How are you all?
Yeah, it's been good. We were saying it's been a while again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Life gets in the way.
Indeed, it does.
Yeah, ready to go again on another script.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, actually.
I think it was my turn. I hope it's my turn because I've done.
Goal on him, just writing a script.
No, it's it'll be all right. We'll see how we get on. It's been a tough one, actually.
37 pages. That's a solid.
Yeah.
Well,
37 pages.
if Iolo was allowed to format it, probably about 14 pages. It's just the way I've spaced it out.
It's a lot of white space.
triple like 3 enters between every like bit of dialogue. Nice. It's gonna be a scene. But I'm looking forward to this one. I'm quite looking forward to this one, Phil. How did you find carrying it on from my bullshit?
Honestly, I found it fucking solid. It's been hard, to be honest. I think the scope of the entire history of humankind is kind of a lot to go at. So I kept having ideas and then typing stuff up, and it just didn't really come together. So I finally settled on one. I think this was my 4th or 5th idea. So I started the 5th one and thought, actually, no, I'll go back to the 4th. And then we got there in the end.
Can we hear what the other ideas were?
Well, you can, but if I end up like stepping on my view, guys might want to go. I don't know if that'd be an issue or not.
I would find issue with it, Philip.
Right, I'm saying something that looks like, for fuck's sake, I was just gonna do that.
That's my idea.
But
I tried to make it easy, but I think I talked to you like briefly, Phil, and I then realized like trying to make it easy. Pick any historical event in all of time. No, it's funny.
It's a really good concept. I think it's tough for me as well because I'm so used to I can always just do a page of Dr. L talking on the old script. So it's like there's that pattern. You just do the silly voices of the characters we've already established. Whereas this is like new characters, and then coming up with my own sort of takes on new characters and stuff has been quite challenging. But it's been a good challenger, I think.
Nice.
Hopefully you don't hate it. See how we get on, but yeah, hopefully you guys will do what you always do and bring it to life. Yeah,
here's hoping.
Excited.
I'm sorry it was so hard, but I'm sorry too it was so difficult.
No, it wasn't. It was a good challenge. It was just like, no, it's more challenging than I thought it would be, just because the scope is so broad. It's kind of that's not a knock on the format. The format's great.
No, I agree, but it's like I suppose that's the difficulty with like spec scripts as opposed to like anything else, is because like the fundamental idea behind this is it's more like a spec script for a show that's already going, so it's like kind of you're writing your own little mic episode of the thing, like because I did consider, I think I told you this, that like I did originally consider like that the entirety of the season to be like the Catherine Howard thing, thinking like, you know, like we could do a bit more with the Tudor times then, but I thought it's sort of like detracting from you then, from being able to pick a time and do whatever you want with it. So but it is quite difficult, like, as you know, like if you were a writer for like a TV show like Community or something, they're expected to come in and use like predetermined characters and sort of like make a show of this, and I suppose it's a lot harder than like what you have been doing, which has just been like carrying on with a very sort of long sprawling story. You can just sort of like you know, lob it for someone else to sort of like punt wherever they want, essentially.
Yeah, and I suppose it'll probably get easier as we get more, as Adrian and James become more established as well, and we sort of got more things to lean onto in terms of what we established with them. And but no, that's good. Yeah, it's more due to my experience rather than sort of format issues, I would say.
I think like long term, I think it'll be a good thing that we're not stuck in Tudor times.
I'm not entirely sure where I would have gone with that on episode 2, to be honest.
I know, yeah. I'm
much much wider scope rather than narrow scope is definitely easier to deal with. It's just, but, I thought, like, but it's just hard because there's one I was really keen on, which I think I told you about Iolo actually, but it was too broad a period in time because my understanding is that it's kind of taking place in a couple of days of someone's life or adjacent to someone's life.
It doesn't have to be
so it's like a pinpointed moment in history, but that might not be how other people play it. I don't know, but the guy could be stuck in someone's body for 12 years as well. Well, the one I was looking at, which I don't think people go down, was like American Revolution type situation with like George Washington and.
Damn it!
Like obvious Hamilton references.
Yeah,
that could have been Adrian's. That could have been Adrian's like into his surroundings and stuff. But yeah, it's just sort of. I started off on like a farmland, and it's just like, well, I'm going to have to do a time leap here. It wasn't, apart from like the signing of the Constitution and stuff, there wasn't that much of an individual event I could lean on because obviously it took place over like 20 years or so. So it's quite tricky.
That's the thing with the Tudor times as well. Is I found that I was like, like you kind of want to make it like a generic like catch-all Tudor times fun thing, and then you realize there's like a lot of time between these things happening. Like a shitload of years go by. Like if you think like Henry VIII just went from one wife to the other, and then you're like, oh my god, there's like almost a decade between some of them. It's like crazy. So it's really difficult. But like my own like my inner canon for it was that like they've already screwed up time. So you could all like, if this is just like a suggestion for everyone else, realistically, is you could easily have like two things that weren't simultaneously happening be simultaneous now because they've already fucked with the timeline. Why not? Yeah. Sort of like, who cares?
I'm glad you said that because it's sort of, it's not, they don't necessarily fully fix the timeline as we would understand it. So it's probably good that you have that perspective.
But like, the thing is that the other one is like I was like looking into how like Tudor taverns worked when I was writing mine, and I was like, why? Who cares? Who cares if like the?
I know that is harder. You go down like rabbit holes, don't you?
Like, you do seriously. Yeah. Did they drink ales back then? I'm like, who cares? If no one's gonna go, wait, hold on, they didn't drink ales in Tudor times. I'm sorry, y'all. We're gonna have to abandon your script. It's not historically accurate.
You know what's really stupid is when I was writing the fantasy novels, I was like, right, so it's kind of like pseudo medieval times. So like, when was the lute invented? And what? I was like, it's fantasy. It's literally making it up as it goes. Just get into
like, about it. When was it invented as well? As if you could place that timeline somewhere in your fantasy pseudo medieval.
You probably don't even use like
1250, right? Okay.
I was like, was it before or after the piano?
Yeah.
Was it?
I know, I never found out.
Spanish
like, fuck it, it's fine.
Yeah, I had about 12 wiki tabs open at one point, and that was just the American history stuff. This was a whole new. So yeah, this is the most work I put in. It's not necessarily going to reflect in the outcome, but I have put the hours in on this one.
Looking forward to it anyway.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Should we get into it, Luke? Again, you gonna give me a sound?
Yeah.
Go on, turn it on.
Well, so we just need a quick recap to places where we are in terms of where Iolo had left us.
Yeah, let's do a recap then. Luke, hit me with the sound. Excellent. I thought you were gonna use your auto-tune thing.
27 episodes in, I think you need to use that for every other transition going forward.
I was just gonna say, I don't know how this many times in we're still finding new ground.
still fresh.
I should get sound effects, but I'm not going to ever. He's there just gonna get epic quality. Yeah, the recap is fairly easy this time round. It's James and Adrian. Just go back in time to a certain extent. They gonna go back in time. So James is in a dilapidated hospital, as it was listed as, and he has sent his friend Adrian's consciousness back in time through an IV with the red crystal, the timey-wimey crystal. Thus far, why is because they have already tampered with the timeline.
We'd established in previous sagas that the red crystals had the red crystals had kind of been established as this mechanic by which time travel is possible, and we're assuming, Viola might correct me, that these two have at some point just got hold of the crystal and like smoked it and gone through time, gone through history, but fucked things up, caused this giant toad kaiju attack, and now they've decided they probably need to try and make amends. So they're using the last of their crystal to hook Adrian directly into it with this IV, so he can go back to wherever the crystal happens to send them and try and correct history as we would understand it.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have an official name for the kaijus? I feel like there needs to be something we can trademark for,
giant frogs, giant tadpoles. It's called.
I remember laughing when I wrote the tadpole gnarled its tadpole teeth. Made me laugh really hard when I was writing it, and then it just like blew past it when we were reading it, and I was like, oh, I like that line. like
as you'll see early on, one of my key science questions was, what noise do tadpoles make? You'll see how quickly we decided it didn't matter. Frog adjacent, I think, was my answer.
But yeah, they got there in my episode. They went. Adrian inhabited Catherine Howard's body, and Henry VIII was strangely affectionate to her. So they determined that they had to find a means of getting Catherine Howard beheaded, as happened in the normal timeline, and so they successfully did that. And we have also like offhandedly established that whatever happens in the past, physical harm that befalls Adrian in the past, befalls his actual body in the future, just to add like a sense of sort of dramaticness to it, so that he can't just do anything he wants in the past. And
so death would equal death. Yeah,
death would equal death. Yes, but like thankfully they were able to sort of like shoot him forward to another body through the means of a electrocution paddles. I don't know what they were called, defibrillator paddles, and he was shot out of Catherine Howard's body just in time, and he is now, last we saw, traversing through a vortex into another hapless historical figure's body, I think is how I put it. So that's it.
Excellent.
And now, Q Phil.
That sets it up nicely, I think. So
the casting is the same, is it?
Yeah, casting is the same. Adam will be playing James, and Burge will be playing Adrian. And Yola and Luke will be picking up all the sort of wacky character roles that are which are padding out there.
Cool.
So we're expanding our portfolio, Yolo.
Yeah,
I'm in for
Luke,
that.
you've got a nice variety, Luke. I think you'll, if you want to lean into it.
That means you're a woman.
I have quite proclivity for representing women.
Luke's traversing species. He's got a few different things to do, actually.
Wow, cool.
Cool. Yeah.
Excellent.
That's absolutely in my wheelhouse. That's fine. Before we start, is anybody else's internet quite jittery?
Oh, mine is awful.
Everyone's breaking up a bit for me.
Mine's dreadful.
Yours is crackly, but
yeah, mine's.
We thought this last time, but then on the actual stream, it was Yola was fine, and we're like, Yola, your voice has gone weird, and then on the stream, we just like dick.
Yeah, I think it's.
So I'm just trying to plow through it.
Gentlemen, what do you mean?
Stay professional. So
it's mine obviously looks fine because mine's a direct feed to the camera, but like your
difficult
guys
when you're actually reading a script.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have a look again to see if anything else has popped up on my old network thing, but it's just telling me that OBS is taking an inordinate amount. Yeah, so it's.
You said from the past.
Is it that bad? Is it?
Like
am I awful?
Can you drop it to 720, whatever, or is that a thing?
Yeah, possibly. I'll try.
Sorry.
I'll try. I'll try that.
It might not let you do it.
You would think that after 27 episodes and like 70 something streamings that we would have this packed down, YOLO.
Yeah, I know. Shall we stop down and restart? Am I cool to do that? Because I think I can. There's a way I can fix it, which is to reconnect my little router thing. Should we do that?
Oh, I'd be fine for that. I want to restart some of my stuff as well. Let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna stop down, and then we're just gonna carry on from like now, so that like it works. Hopefully. Right. I'm gonna